Good Monday morning, team. Welcome to Twin number 17, This Week in Nerd News, where in 5 minutes or less, I plan on sharing with you 5 articles we need to be paying attention to. And you would think that on a beautiful spring day, maybe the tech and security news might slow down, but no, that's not the case. Here in this first story, we're going to quickly chat about Moxie Marlinspike, the CEO of Signal, understandably got upset when the Cellebrite tools that law enforcement uses to decrypt otherwise secured Signal message content was bothering him because it would indirectly shine light to a weakness that was not actually born out of a Signal weakness, but rather the fact that phones can, for the most part, be cracked as long as a single weakness can be found. And so he turned the table on Cellebrite, who's a company that has a very questionable history in terms of its integrity. They're trying to do the proper law enforcement game these days, but it bothered him enough that he found a way to hack the hackers, and so this is a pretty cool story. Second story is about how Facebook has inadvertently released an internal email about how they're planning on dealing with upcoming incidents. They were expecting more of them, and sure enough, we can't pass a week without there being another Facebook breach. So this is just my weekly reminder to please stop supporting any company of Mark Zuckerberg's. And we have another story here about Code Cove, which is a technology company whose code is being used by many organizations, and hackers breached their services, which then in turn allowed them to gain access to many companies' resources. So it's just another reminder that there's nothing more important than the zero trust model today because of the deep reach that all of our systems have into other code systems. So zero trust prevents an infection from creating further damage in so many cases. And we have this story now from Ars Technica about backdoored password managers. And this is just how 29,000 enterprises have been infected with malware called Moserware Secret Splitter that was downloaded as part of an update. And so this is just a good reminder that if you choose a password manager, that you have one that is independently vetted by security researchers that are not stakeholders in the organization. So this is very well worth the read and seeing how you can also protect yourself. And there's this one story I don't like to give it more credit than it's worth, but the inherent insecurity of Apple AirDrop because they use a deprecated SHA-256 hash for that one-way identity on the initial identity process of AirDrop, that decides whether or not you're in my address book. But good news is AtomGo, or if you have always-on VPN provisioning on your iPhones, then this was never a weakness to begin with. So it's not a big story, but it's important again that even when these weaknesses are found with proper mitigation and policies in advance, these are not an issue. And finally, not sure if you knew, but Dan Kaminsky passed away. And it's sad that this article has to put so much effort into defending that supposedly it was not related to COVID-19 or vaccination, but Dan Kaminsky did leave a great legacy behind. He was a kind man focused on DNS security, and all the evidence of who he was as a gentleman is preserved, and so we're grateful for Dan's contribution. Have a great week. Bye for now.